What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And, I guess you wonder where I've been. Ooh. I searched to find a love within. Here we go, here we go. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. You like my friends, right? My friends wonder what is wrong with me. It's a long story. But anyway, guys, let's get into this video, shall we? And before we do, I invite you guys to like, to share, and to subscribe. When you subscribe, please hit the notification bell so YouTube cannot notify you for when I drop my videos. And also remember, guys, there's a super thanks feature on all of my videos if you want to contribute to the channel. Most of you don't, and that's the reason why a brother has to work his ass off every day. You guys, listen, bear with me, okay? I just had a crown put in my tooth here, and they put it in wrong. I got to go back tomorrow and get it done right. But until then, my speech is slurred. I'm talking with a lisp, all types of shit. So you got to bear with me, okay? Anyway, guys. Like I was saying, I've been working a lot, and that's the reason why I haven't been producing as many videos. But I really want to talk about this while I have some time, okay? And this is concerning Amazon Prime's Rings of Power, or as I like to call it, the Rings of Slumber. Because when I watched it, I swear to God, guys, I got some of the best sleep that I've gotten in a very, very long time watching that show. It was just so boring. It was dragging so much. I didn't care about anybody who was on the screen, but I'll talk about that in a different video, all right? But Rings of Slumber has been making headlines because, of course, these guys go by the same playbook over and over and over again. It blows my mind that people can't see exactly what the game is at this point. You guys remember with the Kenobi series, how they wanted to spotlight Reba and Moses Ingram, right? And they tried to act like, oh, the harassment on Moses Ingram. It was far too much to bear. It was too much to bear with the toxic fandom and everything. And she had to be protected and all of this stuff. They made such a big to-do about this. And also, they had the nerve to go and get, what's his name? Ewan McGregor, who did a special announcement that you can't be a Star Wars fan if you have a problem with Moses Ingram. You just can't be critical of these things. That's basically what we're being told, all right? Because if you want to be a fine, upstanding, decent, angelic citizen, then you like what we're producing. You just be a mindless consumer. But the minute you have a critique, that's when you're the scum of the earth, a waste of life. You don't deserve to live. You're a racist, a misogynist. You're all of these things, a white supremacist. Even if you're black, you're all of those things, all right? But this is what they do. This is the playbook over and over again. And of course, with Rings of Slumber, we see the same thing. I just saw this article, so I got to talk about this because it just, boom, blows my mind, guys. It's so funny at this point. So let me share this with you because it's in variety.com, right? Check this out, right? It's going to blow your mind. Elijah Wood and Lord of the Rings cast champion diversity in Middle-earth amid racist Rings of Power backlash. They say, you're all welcome here. Thanks for telling us that, Elijah Wood. I wouldn't have known that I was welcome here 20 years ago when I was part of this fandom back then, loving it. You see, guys, what I've always said from the very beginning, diversity is not first what you see on the screen, but it's who you see in the audience. I've always said that. Look at who your films and your content is attracting. You will see a diverse group of people in Star Wars, in Star Trek, in Lord of the Rings, the works of Tolkien. This is the way it's always been. It's always invited diversity in the people who appreciate it. That's the difference that it makes. And this is what these people don't understand. They think it's all got to be what's up on the screen. But okay, so you're all welcome here, as if we needed them to tell us that. And it goes on to say, the Lord of the Rings cast members Elijah Wood, Billy Boyd, and Dominic Monaghan banded together on social media to support the diverse casting in Amazon's new series, The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Slumber. The series, which launched its first 2 episodes on September 2nd to critical acclaim and 25 million global viewers, has come under fire by racist fans upset by the casting of actors of color in prominent roles. fucking lies, guys. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, when are we going to start getting, like, rightfully offended by what these people are trying to do? We just can't be critical, especially as Tolkien fans. Now, I'm not one of them. I'm not like a hardcore Tolkien scholar. All I know is that I used to watch, of course, the Peter Jackson movies and also the Rankin Bass cartoons back in the day. Some of you might remember. What was it? Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Rankin Bass. The greatest adventure lays for ahead. You remember that? When there's a whip, there's a way. Old heads would remember that. But I love those things, man. I love them. And I grew up with them. I'm not a scholar, so I can't say what should be what. But I don't blame people who do. You read those books. You know what it's supposed to be. So when you get these people now who come in and try to change things up, you know, they don't want to be as faithful to the writings of Tolkien as they possibly can. They just throw up their hands and say, listen, this is just what we're going to do today. Tolkien was racist anyway. It's wrong. You know what I mean? It's wrong. There has to be such a thing as artistic integrity and appreciation and uplifting the work of the artist. Does nobody care about that anymore? We're just bad people because we just want it to be as reflective of the source material as possible. But that's what they're asking us to believe, right? So anyway, the series, okay, I already read that part. And this is the funny part. Wood, Boyd, and Monahan posed for a photo wearing t-shirts. They're wearing t-shirts that features the ears of Middle-earth's creatures in various skin tones. You're all welcome, Wood's caption reads. You guys, you're going to see it in the thumbnail, by the way, okay? That's what that is. The message is clear. Wood, Boyd, and Monahan stand by Middle-earth welcoming diversity, just as the Lord of the Rings of Slumber depicts. Wood included a link to an online store. Oh, so they're going to profit off of this. No, they're not. Actually, listen to this. Yes. So Wood included a link to an online store where fans can purchase their own t-shirts with the design on it. The store is also selling a sweatshirt and more clothing items with the same graphic. The shirt, as seen in the photo, is selling for $22. Per the online shop, 50% of all proceeds will go to a charity that supports POC, people of color. 50% of the proceeds will go to people of color. Well, that's nice. I hope I get my cut, but somehow I don't think so. The Rings of Power debuted shortly after the premiere of HBO's Game of Thrones, far superior, by the way, prequel House of the Dragon, which also came under fire from racist fans for spotlighting actors of color. Several prominent Hollywood figures have railed against the backlash, the racist backlash, including Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, that's funny. Whoopi Goldberg says, "They don't exist in the real world," Goldberg said of the two series during an episode of The View. "You know that? There are no dragons. There are no hobbits. Are you telling me black people can't be fake people too?" Of course they can. Look at yourself, Whoopi. Karen. "Is that what you're telling me? I don't know if there's like a Hobbit club. I don't know if there are going to be protests. But people, what's wrong with y'all?" Goldberg later added, "All of y'all who have problems because there are black hobbits, get a job. Get a job. Go find yourself because you're focused on the wrong stuff." You know what else they don't have in Middle-earth, Whoopi Goldberg? They don't have black people. They don't have white people. They just have different species of beings. Yes, this is a world where they do have hobbits, where they do have dragons, they do have wizards. Race in itself doesn't play a huge part in that. Of course, it's supposed to be a metaphor, I believe, for like, I don't know, Europeans and things like that. It was made by Tolkien for a reason. And I've always said this. I've always said in the Bible, what are we told? We're told that God made man in his own image. The creator often makes his creation in his or her own image. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. So when you have an author who might be of a specific culture or religion or gender or race, then chances are primarily what they create is going to reflect what they are at its heart, at its base. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we're dealing with here. But of course, these people don't want to hear this. They rather insult the fans who actually have been we've actually been passionate about this for all of these years. For shame on the fans for actually being invested in this thing for decades and wanting to hold you to the best possible standard possible, because we all win when we're able to do that, when we hold them to the standard that they set forth. But no, we're just supposed to accept anything. That's what it is. Don't say anything. And of course, you got normies and other people who go along with that and want to make it about everything except what it really is, which is about having these things live up to the ideals for which they were conceived of. But, listen, guys, that's what's going on. I'm going to leave a link, of course, in the pinned comment below. So if you want to get one of these bullshit t-shirts, you can do that. I just think that it's terrible. I think that it's condescending. I, as a black man, do not need this. I have always enjoyed The Hobbit. I've always enjoyed Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek. It speaks to universal truths. The characters are what's important to me, not exactly how they look. Of course, if they are, brown skin or whatever in the story, I got no problem with that. Diversity is a good thing. But I'm not going to say people don't have a right to want their material to be as source material accurate as possible. That's just wrong, guys. And I think it's even more wrong to categorize those people as being the scum of the earth. Are there really racist people out there in the fandom? Of course there are. Of course they are. But you make it a point to make it part of your marketing strategy to highlight this more than what it is. It's disproportionate to what it really is out there. We could all do that. We could all focus on the negative and the dirt, the dirtiest parts of life and everything. But we don't. We could all be enjoying this, but instead, this is what we got. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to highlight that because I do think that it's hilarious. They're actually selling t-shirts now. And they actually went and got Frodo and Sam and Merry. And, it's ridiculous, guys. It really, really is. But that's what it is. Get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. Like I said before, you can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. I'm just glad I made it through this. And thank you guys for joining me. I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.